Oh, what is up, everyone? Welcome on another GG stream on GG TV, where we talk about you and where we also talk about me. Sometimes I'm a little bit cocky, but also funny, because my name is Anthony. Hey, this is no script or nothing. I should be an actor or something. I should be an actor, a Hollywood actor, isn't that? Talking about actors, by the way, we're gonna use them today. We're gonna use actors today. Not quite sure if I'm already live, by the way, but hey, it is what it is sometimes. Let me record the stream. Shit. On YouTube, I need to swear less. That's a new thing I need to do. I need to swear less online. Is the music fine, amigos? Everyone, ping everyone in the Discord, of course. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, it's gonna be a calm day because it's basically a kind of an unannounced stream, which is fine because we're gonna focus a little bit. Wait. We're gonna focus a little bit. I'm pretty funny. I just received a message before stream, and somebody in Dutch, of course, but I'm gonna translate it to English. And he said, hey, he was basically a couple days ago, he asked me for a meeting. And he asked me, hey, do you have 1 or 2 hours depending on the amount of time that is free? 1 or 2 hours for a meeting. Do that guy even know who I am? Does he? If the meeting is 10 minutes, then we can maybe discuss. And then inside of that 10 minutes, it's all gonna depend if it's gonna be extended, right? If I can feel there's going to be a lot of money made within that 10 minutes, I maybe extend the meeting, right? And the more money that's being made, the longer the meeting is gonna take, you know what I mean? Sound is good, music is nice, Zvodder is here, Mokora is here, Sargon is here, the boys, the Peaky Blinders are here. That's nice. They don't know me, son, they don't even know. They don't even know. Okay, let me click some buttons here. Maybe this one, maybe? Yeah, it is. It is. Look at this screen. Of course, it's very minor, but it's the Gorilla WebSocket. And everybody is panicking. Everybody's on his phone right now calling. His mom and dad is calling the police because Anthony GG is using Gorilla WebSockets. And it's archived. What the hell are they going to do? Because this is completely against the rules in the Golang community and on Reddit. Well, guys, it's all good. It's all good. Well, alright, so man, there's music in my ears, man. Alright. Yeah, sometimes I do this swiping thing. That's basically my headset. It's very fancy. And yeah, sometimes it's calling people without I want to call people. But it's basically touchscreen. You know what I mean? It's technology, guys. It's 2023. Okay, so basically what we're going to do something completely different. A lot of people are basically probably not interested in these things, right? Because it's going to be a much low-level Golang coding. But like I said, I need to serve my whole spectrum of viewers, right? And sometimes I need to basically serve myself and the board stack and all that stuff. Which I'm going to show you the template I made. It's on GitHub. I'm going to show you that later on. But today we're going back to my love, back to my niche, back to my specialty, where I'm actually the king, because in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. And let's say that I'm the one-eyed man. Crypto, because why? Because it's cool, right? So what we're going to do? We're going to build an alerting execution engine for people that basically want to trade like hedge funds but don't know how to code. They don't know how to do that stuff. Well, we're gonna make something for them, right? We're gonna make something nice. We're gonna use actors, which is basically some kind of microservices thingy, which we're gonna do, and all that stuff, right? Yeah. All right, let me first see. Alonso Bertia Matencio has a question. Hey Anthony, one question. During developing with BoardStack, how are you reloading the templates with the change you make? Or are you just recompiling the program? No. I'll show you. Let's open up thingy here. Let's go to GitHub. I'm so happy that I don't watch porn on this PC. It's crazy because, hey, sometimes, you know, BoardStack. So this is basically the BoardStack, which is not complete yet. It's a template, how I set things up. Don't take it too serious. Well, it's serious. I'm using it this way. Is that the best way? I have no clue. It is a way that I think, for me, is very simple to do. Yeah, it's fine. So we have here in our main... Goddamn, where is main? CMD app. Main. You see, what happens here is we make... You see, that's... And I click the same file. Yeah, okay, engine. So you're making our template engine. And here is engine reload is true. Very important. This should only be used in development. So what's going to happen is that each time you're going to basically do this request, it's going to recompile your templates automatically for you, right? It's fast, but of course it's faster if you cache your template and you don't need to recompile it. So that's it. Of course, it's not going to be automatically refresh your browser or hot swap your code. No, you need to click this thingy here and refresh the page and it's going to be reflected. But you don't need to do a make run or a go run main.go or something like that, right? You just need to refresh your page and you are golden. But sometimes Chrome or some other browsers are going to cache your CSS files and all that stuff. It's going to be a little bit nasty, but you can fix that with some headers, caching headers. Yada, 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 yada. Do you think a file-based router could work well in Go? Everything works well in Go, right? I mean, it doesn't, it's fine. It's a programming language. It's fast enough. So why not? It's better to play in porn than watch it. Piotr, it's true. It's true. I have a lot of nicknames. They call me the GSP of YouTube. They also call of coding actually, and they call me the Johnny Sins. Which is, I'm not gonna lie, we have some similarities. All right. So basically, what's gonna happen is we're gonna make Binance F here. And what is Binance F? I'm gonna explain it. It's basically an exchange, right? So we're gonna start our actor, and it's going to do some stuff, right? Simple. And I'm going to do some changes. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook to the Binance F exchange. We're going to have multiple exchanges later on, but we start with Binance F, and we have two tickers. Let me show you. In CMD, Binance F may not go. Boom. Right. So we're going to have WebSocket stream, symbols, two symbols, and we're going to listen for events, volume, aggregated rates, market price and all that stuff later on, maybe some whatever, right? Oh, it's hot in here, not gonna lie. So we're gonna fetch that, and then we are going to basically a user is going to set alerts, and not easy alerts, not these simple alerts. They're gonna do, for example, when the volume is bigger than X and the market price is bigger than X, and the open interest, I don't know how you actually write that thing, that's fine, is whatever, X, alert me. This is for the chart trading, the chart trader, right? Why is this important? So if you're a trader, if you're doing some trades once in a time, you will know that if you are parenting a lot of charts, BTC, futures, spot, ETH, APE, whatever shit coins you're following, you need to basically, you have a trigger, right? So each trader has his disciplined strategy. right? In his head. A certain couple of conditions that needs to be met for yourself before you're even going to think about taking a trade here, right? And for everybody that's different, depends on your paid group leader. But disciplined traders, they're gonna only execute a trade when they see on the chart when their conditions are met. But that's annoying because then you need to basically sit a lot in front of your charts, right? To check. Some cases you cannot leave your chart because it maybe is going to trigger. We're very close. And you need to manage all your charts. So what they do is they basically minimize the amount of symbols, tickers, and exchanges they are going to trade upon. Some people only trade BTC, some people only trade ETH, some people trade BTC and ETH, but they keep it small so it's manageable. What if there is a tool that could basically, where you can easily set your strategy-ish, your own trigger, and it's going to alert you on the tick, right? Not on the 1 minute, not on the 5 minutes, that's too slow. No, from now on you can trade as a hedge fund and you're going to get notified on the tick. And then you don't need to watch all your things. You can, oh, it's happening. Now I can check and take the trade if I want to. Amazing. On the other side, we're going to take this a little step further, and for the people here on stream, which all of this stuff is being built also on the Patreon. So check out my Patreon page. Let me show you. Also for the people that basically watch this video later on, Patreon, Anthony GG. Look at this, beautifully, right? We have DSSL tracker and all stuff is here. All these videos for people that are willing to learn are on Patreon because YouTube nobody watches that, right? It's going to get only a handful of people are going to watch that because they have the attention span of a goldfish, and on Patreon people want to learn. So join my private community and get educated, right? And also there is 50% summer sale on the full-time GoDev. Why? I need to do these marketing tricks because I don't have a job anymore. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I do here. So you support this channel, you support me, and I can teach you some stuff. That's the thing. All right. Yeah. So on the other side, where things are very going to get complicated, is for so it serves that the chart trading user that willing to trade like a hedge fund. On the other side, you have the bots, the bot and algo makers, which are basically the coders. They know how to code. They want to make their own strategies. They want to automate a lot of stuff. The problem is, if you want to automate a lot of stuff, you need to have good data on the tick. And what do I mean by on the tick? That means in real time, not minute after minute or 5 minutes after 5 minutes. No, you want to have it on the tick. And that's fine, but the problem is, yeah, then you need to connect to all these exchanges and do all that aggregation stuff. It's a no. You want to just focus on basically on your own internal algorithm. You don't want to focus on connecting with all that stuff and maintaining all that stuff. So what we could do is they're gonna have a webhook, right? A webhook, or they're gonna subscribe with WebSockets based on a certain condition, and that's the tricky part. You will never find this on YouTube. Nobody's teaching you this because it's hard to do. Always solve this internally, other jobs and all that stuff. I cannot. I need to be very careful what I do because how do you say that? Legal. I have legal things that I cannot break. So they're gonna subscribe to WebSocket, and they can subscribe on some condition, right? Condition 1, condition 2. Condition 3, right? And if these conditions are met, for example, if the spread is higher than X, the volume is going up and the open interest is going up, then send me the data. So it's basically a subscription based on a condition with a lot of problems coming with that. That's why we're also using actors and all that stuff, because it's very, very complicated. Because you need to do hash-based routing. What is hash-based routing? Not quite sure if that actually exists, but I invented that basically at my previous job. Where you're gonna basically, it's very simple actually, you're gonna have some conditions. And you're gonna basically hash these conditions into a hash. Yes, something like that. And you're gonna use that as a key. So you can group multiple sessions subscribing to the same condition with each other, something like that. Not quite sure how it's called. I call it hash-based routing. Maybe it's, I don't know. Leave me be. All right. So it's like I said, guys. A lot of people. It's going to be a small stream, a small viewer stream because it's it's not the board stack. You know what I mean? Remco, what's up? GG CrossFit for the night and then some coding. Hey man, do those hanging snatches maybe or some clean and jerks, man. Oh yeah, or maybe some handstand push-ups. Do it for me, man. Do 10 more. Do 10 more. I somehow managed to set up my VS Code the exact same as you using Groovebox. You're the man. Groovebox is everything, man. Do you think? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so what we're gonna do? First of all, we're gonna do some small refactor here because right now we have the CMD folder, and I don't want that. I want to have a new folder which we're gonna place all our actors in, and then we're gonna make a new folder. We're gonna call this Binance F, and F stands for futures. Right? New file. Binance F is fine. Go, boom, package. Binance F. Nah. No. Consumer. Yeah, consumer is fine because we're gonna consume. Yeah, and then yeah, I have it. Dopamine is coming very soon, right? Consumer. Yeah. All right, now we're gonna open up another screen here. It's gonna be the main, yes, and we're gonna basically take everything here. We yoink it, paste it in. Actually, to be honest, we're gonna. Un momento, por favor. Yeah, split stream, maybe. Yeah, delete this, fine. Right. Save this. All right, func main, we don't need that. Right. So we're gonna make our actor here. The conditioner, we're gonna delete that. We're gonna rewrite this thing because we're gonna do some fancy stuff. Not gonna lie. Very soon. So stick with me here. I'm also gonna not answer too many questions. I'm gonna group them because otherwise it's going to turn into a Primogen stream where there is no coding at all, right? We don't want that. All right, so what's gonna happen is, let's scale this so I can make one screen here. So this is our main, right? And this main is gonna get called from the CMD Binance F. We're gonna have multiple actors and we're gonna multiple exchange consumers basically. For example, a BitMEX and all that stuff, right? So we're using Proto Actor Go. Why not Hollywood? Anthony, why are you not using Hollywood? You made it yourself. Correct, but Hollywood is not maintained and is not production ready. So, I mean, do I need to shoot myself in the foot here? No, I'm honest with you, right? Like I said, this is the real deal. And if I'm, yeah, this is what it is. So we're gonna spawn a new actor and it's gonna be a new Binance app. It's gonna be consumer. New Binance F, right? Yeah. Make Binance F. Yeah, it's working perfectly fine. So do we need to have this remote? I don't think so. I don't think we need a remote yet. All right, cool. So what's going to happen in this Binance F thingy, right? So we are basically getting the aggregated trades, the mark price, and the depth with WebSockets. And basic this conditioner. We don't need this thing. Let's delete that real quick. CTX. Yada. Logger here later on. Mark price, right? Yeah, we could do some fancy stuff. Let's print out the event here real quick. Print ln, right? To let you see what's going on here. Let me show the stream here. I'm not using the default JSON. I'm using fast JSON because it's faster. Because WebSocket is very intensive and JSON is very slow. So what's going to happen is we're going to have all these events are coming in. Actually, fuck, it's let me do a string here real quick. It's going to be a very polite stream because I'm getting a lot of complaints that I'm actually too aggressive and I swear too much. Yeah. Yeah, that's the data, right? It's coming in. Actually, why can I not? And I need your help here, guys, because we're going to do something complex. Can I not? Oh, yeah, I can basically do this, this. Now it's going to be more fancy. Look at that. Binance, make, Binance, F, right? You see? So all the data is coming in, and we get that on the tick. Where's Hollywood? You see, Alex J is here. I know Alex. Hollywood is fine, but Hollywood is not battle tested, right? Hollywood is not battle tested. Nobody ever has spun up Hollywood for 10 months or a year without going down. That's the thing. So maybe we're gonna revamp Hollywood a little bit more. I know you're a big fan of that. We will see, but I need to take the best solution here, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, Morcora, I need to be myself, and I am myself, but I understand. I rewatched a lot of my streams, and from time to time it's a little bit too many swears, and it's fine, right? It's fine. It's not a big of a deal, but too much is too much, right? I mean, I have people. I'm getting a lot of views, a lot of subscribers lately, right? I'm sitting at 16K, maybe 20, and I'm going higher and higher and higher, and that basically means that I'm a role model. At a certain, it is what it is. I'm some kind of a role model for a lot of people, and if you continuously swearing on stream, I don't think that's a good idea, to be honest, right? A little bit of fucking this or fucking that is fine, but we need to be. I need to improve also, right? You know what I mean? Actually, that's one thing I've been very annoying about Prime, that he's recently turning into a chatting stream rather than coding. Yeah, but you cannot blame him. Prime is doing that because he can make a lot of content very fast, and he can cut that content into clips, and then he can make videos out of that. And he doesn't need to code. He doesn't need to think. It's entertaining people. That's what attracts views. My videos don't attract views. That's the problem. But I am teaching you how to build stuff, and he's not. But who's the winner here? Me or him? Well, that's a question, right? You can say whatever the fuck you want about it. You see, what you want about the Prime, but he's doing a good job, right? All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna already build this a little bit for scale. So that means that we're gonna have. Look at this, what's going to happen, right? So we're going to turn off these things, and we're going to just print the symbol, right? Let me just print the symbol. For now, we have two symbols. Binance. You cannot make this, if you do this without actors, you're going to basically kill yourself. So you see, you're going to have these data for a specific symbol. So the triggers that users, the alerts that users going to make are going to be based on the symbol, on an exchange on the symbol. So what we're going to do is we're going to spawn actors based on the symbol. And then we're going to do a very computational intensive stuff, which is actually executing the filters. And that's going to be based on a symbol base, which is going to be much more scalable. Because we can offload these symbols on other servers, if that makes a lot of sense, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new actor. Yeah, and we're going to call this the symbol maybe, or symbol trigger. I don't know, let's call it symbol to be easy. Symbol.go. Package symbol. Right, so now we're going to make an actor. We're going to say type symbol strict it's going to be a string, right? We're going to say func new symbol, which is going to take in, I think it's going to take in the symbol name. Could do symbol name or symbol, it's I know, I built it. Then we're going to return an actor dot actor. No, that can't, it's going to be a producer. We're going to return a function that will return an actor. And then we're basically going to return an symbol. And you will see what I'm going to do. It's going to be a little bit boring right now, but it's going to make a lot of sense later on. Okay, this is going to complain because we didn't implement what we need to implement, which is going to be, I'm going to call this A from actor symbol. We could say, why not S? Yeah. A convention. It's a convention, guys. Receive. It's the same as Hollywood because Hollywood is basically a complete rip-off of this, but better. Well, it's not bad. Different. Minimalistic. Is it context? Yeah. Switch MSG C message this thing type thing this thing. And some people say, yeah, but is this good? This switch on the type? Yes, Go is made for that. Go is optimized for this, right? A lot of people are afraid to use this because they think it's some kind of assertion, reflection. No, Go is optimized for that. Do you find learning gRPC worth? Yes. gRPC is very important. Yes. In the Golang cloud computing stuff, gRPC is a must-know. It's not too hard. It's not too hard. It's very important. Much respect to this man. Great explanation skill, respect of developer roles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is there anywhere I can find the key bindings for Vim? I'm new. Like I said, guys, I'm no Vim expert. I'm using the basics. I'm using the basics, and I'm using it wrong. I just move, and I just do, for example, an insert above, below, go to the end of the line or stuff. I use a couple of them. And if you want to learn it, you should learn it more in depth. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's do some stuff because I want to feel the dopamine. That's all. It's very important. If you're making stuff, you want to work yourself to dopamine. It's important because if you're gonna keep doing boring stuff, you're gonna go back playing League of Legends and feed in Emerald. It's a new rank, by the way. It's crazy for the people that playing League of Legends. There is a new rank, the Emerald rank. All right, so we're gonna, yeah. What we're gonna do is let's do a case actor started. It's a pointer here. Actor started. Real quick like that, and then we do this. Underscore is MSG for the compiler, right? What we actually could do here is, what I do, a best practice, is basically do this, a symbol. Man, I cannot type today. Let's do start. Right, and then we could do fmt, println, symbol actor started or something. Symbol actor started. Let's do this, and then we're going to say a symbol. Boom, just like that. And then we're gonna just call here a start, and actually we need to do this for the compiler, right? Of course, we're gonna send messages, but that's for later on. Okay, cool. So the next thing we're gonna do is go back to our -f here, right? And each time we're gonna start our parent actor, which is the -f exchange actor, and you need to think about this as microservices. People really underrate actors. Actors are the most underrated thing in programming right now. People don't know what it is. They're all at microservices, but this is so good. It's so good. And I worked a lot with this in my previous job, where there were thousands of actors. Crazy. It was so good. Right now we're going to basically do them locally, but you can also boot them up on different servers. Can you imagine if you have 100 or symbols you need to track eat, BTC, ape, Shiba Inu, and all that stuff. 100 of these things. And then you have couple exchanges. So it's basically going to be thousands of these thousands of these things that's running. You can basically schedule them on other servers, and they can communicate with each other nonetheless. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. So we're gonna basically loop over all the symbols here. Symbol, range, hard-coded symbols thing here. Symbols, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna spawn an actor here. And if you wanna wonder where this symbol's coming from, it's this, right? Alright, could load from a config or something later on, doesn't really matter. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, we need a CTX, I think we have one. A CTX, yeah. Spawn, named. We need to pass in the... Do I need to pass something in? No, props. And we're gonna say actor, props from producer. And then we're gonna call the symbol dot new. Actually, to be honest, we can do this, new. Makes more sense because then we're going to say symbol new. And then we're going to give it a name, which is going to be the name here, right? Wait, then this thing is here, then this and that. Maybe you can do symbol also. What's going on with this thing? Has no new, is that true? I'm confused here a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. It's not willing to import it, that's fine. I actually don't know how I can import stuff from myself, because if you look at my Go mod file here, module test. Who's doing something like that? Test actors consumer. Look at this, guys. This is so fucking bad. It's fine. That's why it cannot import this. We need to fix that. Damn, Anthony, what are you doing here? Symbol. It's not working. What's going on? Shit. Yeah, of course. Wait, symbol. No. This needs to be S, right? Let me see what the pit is of this thing. I want to know because we need this pit. We're gonna have him. There's gonna be an error also. Do we want that? No. Let's skip him. FMT println. Spawning. Child. Spawning. Symbol. Child actor. Then this and then pit. Something like that, right? So we are gonna basically kill real quick the output of this thing, because otherwise we don't see anything. Compiler stuff here. Alright, so you can see what's happening here, right? So we are spawning BTC USDT, and we're also spawning an actor, and you guys see this? Yeah. And we're also spawning ETH USDT. So they're gonna have pits. Process IDs, which are basically this thing, which that's why Hollywood was a little bit better, because I have a better pit representation, but it is what it is. Team names, Groovebox. Yeah, so we are going to basically have in this structure, we're going to have a map of, we don't need mutexes or anything because we're using actors. Wait, that could be wrong. I'm gonna say how many symbols is gonna be a map of string map to a pit, an actor pit, pointer to an actor pit, right? Just like that. I think actor has a pit map, by the way. Let me see, actor dot pit map, pit set maybe. What's that? Yeah, they have that. That's amazing. That's amazing. Let's use that. Let's use this. Actors.pit set. Pit set, please, Anthony. Yeah. Symbols. That's fine. Do we need to have this thing? symbols, actor.new bit set maybe. Yeah. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Wait, can we? How do we? Wait. We're gonna say a symbols dot add. Oh yeah, beautiful. Shit. Wait, get is basically based on a pet. No, we can't. We can't. We need to do delete. Mission abort. Abort. Abort, boys. It's gonna be a map string actor pet. Simple. Because we need to get them by symbol, right? Actor pit. Yes, fine. And then we're gonna put them inside of this thingy here. Wait, here. A symbols. S is gonna be this bit, right? Well, we can log that out. That's fine. So now we're gonna have all these bits. So now we can communicate, and what we can do is. Yeah, this is going to be a proto buffer message here. An event. But we don't need a proto buffer if we... Let me show you this here. Wait, we don't need... Yeah, this is just testing stuff actually, to be honest. But you only need proto buffer if you're sending across different nodes, different servers. Otherwise, you can use internal structures. So, yeah. Oh, you're back with VS Code. Oh, sorry. All news. But yeah, we are back with VS Code all a long time, actually, to be honest. Yeah, because, I don't know, it's just for demonstration purposes, I do a lot of education on Patreon and on my course and all that stuff. And sometimes I need to have a Thunder client. It scales better. It's just better for viewers to view. From an educational standpoint, that's why I'm just keep using it, to be honest. Okay, so that's that. Wait, what I'm gonna do real quick here is we're gonna make a choice. Let's make. Well, actually, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. We can do this. Message change. Fuck this. We're gonna say message. Market price. Double. The price itself. Maybe we're gonna have a symbol on that. It's gonna be a string. Let's start with the market price first. Right, now I need to compile this. 2023 still needs semicolons, man. Make proto. Let's go. That's done. So now we could do this, right? Each time it's a market price, what we're gonna say, we're gonna send a message, right? So we're gonna, first of all, we're gonna check the bit. Okay, is going to be a symbols. Symbol. We split, right? We split the stream because the stream's coming in like this. For example, BTC, USDT, at act rate. That's what's coming in. So we're gonna split this, right? We're gonna delete this at, and we have symbol and a kind. You know what I mean? Symbol. If not okay. Actually, to be honest, we could do this. If okay. Then we're gonna basically send a message, right? We're gonna send that to the bit we have. And we're gonna make an event, mark price, which gonna be the price itself, which we need to parse. Let's do something that doesn't exist. And then we're gonna make the symbol here. For some reason I cannot type symbol. It's the Y is just annoying to type. I don't know why. With my small fingers. Which doesn't mean anything. Right? It's not about as you have small fingers that everything is small. Alright, so symbol is going to be the symbol here, it's fine. Right, so we're going to send a message. We don't need this. This is the price. Let's actually, to be honest, let's only compute price here. String converts parse load string data get string bytes p. Oh. Wait, this is v. V get data get p. It's price, which is the JSON object. Then we have the price here, which we're gonna put in here. Oh, price here. Look at that. It's coming all together. Look at that. And each time in our symbol actor, we're gonna receive, right? So case, actually, to be honest, case event dot the market price. FMT println received this thing, right? Clear. Make Binance F. All right, you see, we are receiving the prices. The market price from each actor is basically receiving this on its own terms. So there is no data corruption or interconnectivity between the BTC actor and the Ethereum actor, and later on all these other actors. So they are basically handling this message on their own. So that basically means that we can also calculate and that the alerts that needs to be computed and on a tick base, on a symbol base, on an exchange base, computation without hadishes. If that makes sense, it's beautiful. Hello, my friend from Fanny, Nevada, USA, Sherry. What is up, man? Sherry, of course, one. Sherry's always here. Nice, man. I will never forget Sherry. Never. Sherry, man. Thank you so much, Sherry, for being here again. Alright. Because you need to be very aware that if you have these tools at your fingertips as a trader, you have a big edge. Because you're gonna get... Yeah, it's... All these other alerting systems out there are basically on a chart based. On the time spent based, on the minute, on the 5 minute, on the hour. But what are you with that? Nothing. It's too late, right? You want to have them on the tick. And not only if the price is higher, no, you want to have your rule set configured, and that's what's going to trigger. Your rule set, your trading rule set. No scripting, but a rule set. These rules needs to be conform. This event needs to happen in the market, or these series of events. And if that happening, I want to know it right now, so I can take the trade. I can maybe take the trade. Because if you're a trader, most of the time you're gonna fuck up between you have your trigger and the moment right now, and you're gonna fuck up in between because you have no patience. But if you have such a system that's going to notify you, you never need to worry, and you can never fuck up again because it's going to trigger your condition. Of course, you need to do it manually because we don't want to have legal issues. But it's going to make you have a much higher throughput of trading in general because you can have multiple, you can manage more tickers to trade. Man, I'm basically already, how do you say that? Like, okay, so that's fine. The next thing I want is basically the trade itself. So what could be a cool thing you want to know? For example, this. Also for the algorithm, for the bot makers and the people that want to do some quant trading, very interesting this because you're going to subscribe to WebSockets with your specific rule set. For example, you can have an event where you set when the size or the quantity size of an order by order is bigger than, I don't know, 10 BTC or something, right? And the open interest is higher than, or, you know what I mean? So that basically means you can already have something that tracks big volume coming in, right? Big trades. That could be an important aspect of your trigger, right? Is this noise or the big trades or the big buyers or sellers on the market right now? And if so, I want to know it right now. Who is doing that? The hedge funds are doing that, and soon you can do too. Yeah, so back to this Binance thingy. I think we're gonna have mark price. Let's say if kind. Actually, to be honest, I don't like kind. There should be a stream or something, but it's fine. If kind is gonna be ag trade, it's gonna be an aggregated trade. Not quite sure if that's the good thing to fetch here. Choking? No, not choking. Like a dog. What does a dog? In Belgium we say kwijlen. Kwijlen. I'm not quite sure how you say that. Losing water out of your mouth. Water teething, but like oh man. I'm such a vocabulary bad person. How can I even have so many subscribers on YouTube when I'm basically just garbage on this language? Anyway, so if that is ag trade, what can we find here? I'm gonna do an FMT print your best friend, and we're gonna print the data with strings. Yeah, no, data is insta fire here, by the way. So we're gonna do this because we're gonna make a trade event. Let's do that real quick. Make Binance F. All right. So you can see a lot of trades going on. So what do we have here actually? We have ag trade, YCE, nobody knows. That's an epoch, I have no clue. It sounds like a Unix timestamp, by the way. This is going to be the price and the quantity. M is true. This is the maker. M is maker, yes or no. The question what it is this order a maker? What does it mean? Is it then a buy order or a sell order? I have no fucking clue. We will see. It's 50-50. All right, so we're going back to our events here. Proto files. We don't need to have proto files because it's basically all on the same memory, on the same program, on the same binary. But if we want to make these actors on different servers, we can, and then we need to have proto buffers. So it's maybe better already to make them, right? This is a trade, so we want to have maybe a price. All doubles by the way. Price is 1. Actually symbol, let's copy that. Price is 2. Then we're gonna know the quantity. I like to say it size. I don't know. I like to say size. Like, hey, give me a trade with some size on. Put some size on. Hey, put some size on, yeah. The same thing in the gym. Hey, yo, you skinny bitch. Put some size on, yeah. But you're gonna name quantity. Sometimes you need to be controversial. Bark. No, not barking, guys. Guys, no. Like, kwel. Like water. Like, if you see a beautiful girl, you're gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna, how do you say that? Wait, let me translate this real quick. God damn it, guys. What's going on? Google Translate. Dutch. Kwijlen. Drool. Drooling. Never heard. Drooling. Salivate, actually, to be honest. That's true, nonetheless. Salivate, yeah. Slobber. Slobbering. I don't like drool. Salivate. I think salivate is the correct term. Salivate. I never heard salivate in all my life. I'm 36 years old. I'm turning 37 in November, and this is the first time in my life I'm seeing the word salivate. It's called drooling. Yeah, something like that. So we want to have a symbol. We want to have the price. We want to have the quantity. Is that true? What's going on with these things? Yeah, that's much better. The quantity is going to be eat, huh? Yeah. And then F is going to be, I have no clue. And then make it take it. Wait, we need to do this. Bool. Not quite sure if it's boolean or bool. Is by. It doesn't make any sense. Because if I'm going to say make it here, it's going to be fine. But the problem is that I'm still going to get confused. So we need to get this out of the way so we can never be confused again. Fuck it. We're going to say make it. And we're going to solve this off stream because otherwise I'm going to make a fool of myself. The same thing we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this, paste that in. Because what we're doing here is, this is basically, we consume from an exchange. We're gonna get the data, then we're gonna basically turn data into understandable pieces of data, or data, right? Data that we want, not data that they came up with. Well, it's their data, but we're gonna convert it to a struct. And then we're going to send that struct to the corresponding actor. It's going to act upon that data. Exactly. All right. So that's beautifully beautiful. Wait. Yes. Price, maybe. Price is P. This is fine. We need M. Damn, we need to parse bool and everything. It's going to be crazy. Maker underscore is going to be string conf. Parse bool. Can we do that? Data get string bytes. And symbol price. Perfect. Make it. Make it. Oh yeah, I need to compile. Fine. Hell. It's very hot in here, guys. Yeah, maybe I should capitalize it, yeah? No! Oh, it's market price. Copy paste, eh? Copy paste, they say. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, so this is pretty cool because right now I'm actually interested in an event trade, a trade event, right? I'm gonna print out this trade here. Yes, fine. And I'm not gonna trade out the market price. Actually, to be honest, it's fine because the market price is very slow. It's a slow pace thing that's coming in. Trades are coming in at the speed. Actually, we could check the latest trade and use that as, yeah, it's fine. We could do a lot of stuff. So we're gonna send that again, right? We're gonna send that trade over to our actor here. We're gonna handle it because we're gonna start with our alerting thing right now because I need your help because it's not that easy. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. Finance F. Wait, I'm confused because where's quantity? We don't pass quantity. What is quantity? Damn, can we go back? Probably not. Can we? History? No, shit. What is quantity? Probably Q. Let's try that. QDY. QDPie. Let's not parse bool, man. 64 of these guys. Binazef, let's go. Yes, okay, cool. So look at this. So these are trades getting executed. So what you could do, look at this. Stop, please. Yeah. Look at this. I saw some interesting thing here. This is mark price. This is mark price. We don't care. It's mark price coming in. This is trading. Here, you can see. So you can actually... So what we want to do is configure our alert so that we only get the data stream. So this is very important that people underestimate a little bit on this project. Is, let's say you have an algorithm and you want to only know, you only want to receive the events. You only want to receive data if the trade that is coming in is from a big size. Well, it's 18 big size, I don't know, but still. You can filter your alert or your WebSocket subscription to the service based on this quantity. You could say it needs to be a sell order and the order needs to be above 10 ETH. And then you're gonna get data. Only if it's met, right? And all these little ones we don't care about. Taker is a market order. Thanks, Ashton Reef. Market is a limit order. Yeah, it is, but sometimes it's for me dyslectic. You know what I mean? Took me a couple years to figure out. Took me a couple years to, between sell and buy, if you know what I mean. And sometimes it's confusing. So that's a cool stuff, right? And if you can combine all these things, then you have a powerful tool at your disposal as a non-coding trader, even as a coding trader, because you need to know all that stuff, right? You need to connect and you need to maintain your service. It's not going to happen, right? But if you're a trader, you can actually trade like hedge funds, right? Because you have all this data available. If you know what I mean. Let's be honest. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. So the problem is going to happen is this, believe it or not, with these things is the easy part, right? This is actually the easy part of the thing. Getting the data, printing some lines out to the screen, showing that you are a hacker. Easy part. The hard part is going to be if we receive this thing in our symbol. Problem one. What is problem one here? Problem one is we need to do a little bit of... Let me ask you the question. We're going to do some thinking here. I'm going to basically dump my brain here for you. How I going to solve this or think how to solve it. Probably I'm going to be wrong a couple times, but eventually I will be right. Problem one. When are we going to send the data? In case of a VS stream for a user, right? In case a user, actually, when are we going to send the data in case of a VS stream? And when are we going to calculate the apply / exec the trigger? Question mark. Why? Well, you need to understand that these events, they are coming at like, for example, the market price doesn't come as fast as the trades coming in, right? So that means also if we want to do open interest, right? Open interest is not available. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not available with WebSockets. So that means that we need to do some trickery, right? So we need to do some API calls, which we cannot do as fast as we do these WebSocket events. So that's gonna be delayed a bit, but it doesn't matter because open interest does not need to be known on the tick, right? It makes no sense. But we cannot, for example, if you get a trade, we cannot calculate here. We cannot do that because we want to have mark price. We want to be insane. We want to have some kind of a, how do you say that? Not manipulated tick, but or tick, right? Or tick. Because if you, for example, if you should turn this into a paid product, for example, you have a free tier, which is going to be, I don't know, X 500 ms ticks. But maybe you're gonna have some pro subscriptions, for example, and they can be, I don't know, much faster updates, right? So you need to have some artificial tick. You need to abstract that around, and that's the first problem. And the second problem is gonna be a lot of problems. What's the goal here? The goal is to basically make some kind of a tool that can turn traders into... that can make traders trade like a hedge fund. Have more data on the tick to... instead of manually checking a chart, they can actually have some alerts. But very specific alerts based on their conditions, so they don't need to have 10,000 screens open, and they can sit in a jacuzzi and wait for some alerts and then take the trade. Something like that. And also data stream for people at algo builders and bot makers and all that stuff. Something like that, right? Something where I'm very proficient in. You know what I mean? Very related in, because believe it or not, sooner or later, there is going to be a bull market. Could be next week. Could be next year. It could be in 2 years. But eventually, there will be one. So, people need to be weaponized. They need to have an edge. And I'm going to give them one. It's so fucking warm, it's crazy. And it's so funny because, like I said, 21 viewers. If I make some kind of a Golang Svelte application, it's 100 people are sitting here drooling. But if you come up with very difficult stuff, right? With very specific stuff, like people they all dream of being a backend engineer, but they don't want to watch this stuff. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? It's so funny because they think they're gonna have if they have. You see, that makes me a little bit, sometimes it's a little bit hard, right? But hey, it is what it is. Doesn't matter, guys. Keep earning your 60k, it's fine. Keep earning 60k. Keep inside your Next.js app, right? Use effect all the fucking time. Do that. I see always the same people. Osama Ibrahim every day. No matter what the hell I'm streaming, he's here, right? He's here. Nonetheless, sometimes I see him. I know him. But there are a lot of people, also a little bit of people that are shy and just watch. It's fine. You don't need to react, right? It doesn't matter. But Alex, for example. Alex. Lazar, of course, Lazar. Man, this is so warmy, this is crazy. This is like a small room and it's so warm outside, and I have all these panels, these sound panels here. Oh my goodness, 50 lights on top of my head, it's crazy. Alright guys, Oscar Torres, what up man? What am I doing here? All right. So what's the plan? So I think we are going. So when a user, when a user goes into the app, he can basically create an alert, one or multiple alerts. So he's gonna create an alert or a condition, which basically is a set of conditions, right? Condition 1, condition 2, condition 3. And these conditions are going to be very simple at the beginning. For example, price higher than X. Next condition, but also needs to be, is for example, just saying like a volume needs to be up. Because volume is based. Volume needs to be inspected. Needs to be to have volume make sense. Man, I'm gonna eat dog. To have volume make sense, you need to see volume over a time span, right? You don't like on the tick based alert and you have volume doesn't mean shit, right? Because yeah, you need to see volume over some kind of a time span. That's why you see these volumes based on candles, right? And the longer your candle is going to be, the longer the time frame of your candle is, for example, weekly candles, daily candles, the more meaning volume is going to have. It's normal, right? Because or basically a 4-hour candle, a 1-hour candle maybe can mean a lot, but for example, a 2-minute candle depends on what kind of trader you are, right? Depends on what kind of trader you are. But volume needs to be seen not on the tick, not on 200 ms. Nobody that makes no sense, right? So what I'm thinking is that volume should be a binary thing, where the volume of this kind of tick event is going to be bigger than it was before, or higher, something like that. Or maybe we should have a predefined calculation where we're going to buffer up the volume for, I don't know, X amount of steps, and use that to indicate if the volume is going to be higher or low. You see, these kind of things are you cannot find them, right? These kind of advanced alerts are not basically there yet. You need to programmatically do it yourself. So if you as a no-coder can do these things, that would be nice. Yeah. So that's basically a set of alerts, right? And what we're gonna do is they're gonna be in Postgres, right? They're gonna be stored. Hear me out. I already hear you thinking. Gonna be stored in Postgres. Why? Because I don't know. Postgres is Postgres. But each time we're gonna boot up our application, we're gonna Postgres. All the alerts are going to be in Redis. And why is that? Because I'm not a big fan of over-engineering or premature optimizations. And you could say, yeah, why are you using Redis? It's a premature optimization, but I don't think it is, because you need to understand, like I said, it's going to be on the tick. That means a couple times a second. And if you're going to read Postgres a couple times a second, and it's the same Postgres that's basically carrying your app and your users and all that stuff and your authenticate, it's going to be nasty. Let's be honest. If there are 1,000 alerts and you need to, no, that's not going to end up well. And you go to disk and everything, and it's going to be fire everywhere. You know what I mean? It's going to be fire everywhere very soon. So in Redis it's not, because it's memory and you can dump a lot of shit in Redis. It's super robust, and you can load all the alerts in Redis, the non-paused alerts, and group them for a specific ticker. Later on, you can cluster them, right? Redis cluster them on a specific ticker. So all the alerts for a specific symbol actually are sitting in the same Redis. How do you say that? Cluster, same Redis prefix, you know what I mean? People that use Redis know what I mean. Something like that. Right, so you basically load up memory full of these alerts, because they're very minimalistic, right? It's not that it's going to take gigabytes, right? Let's be honest. How will you sell it? As a desktop application? No. Like I said, so why am I doing all these things like cert pulls and all these? I guess I have nothing else to do right now, right? So I have no job. The only thing I do is create content, and I need to basically have a good. For example, this is going to be all implementation are going to be on Patreon. Like again, I need to have content for people to learn from, and like I said, the more ideas that come into my mind, I'm gonna build them, and I'm gonna. It's a little bit like. One of my things is like, if something is not working out directly, or it doesn't feel good very fast, then you should not continue it. You should not chase something that you don't wanna chase. Because there's also something that is called product founder fit. Right? People always talk about product market fit, like I'm making a product, is my product ready for the market? But something very important is your product also founder fit? It basically means the product you're making, are you the perfect founder for that? Are you the perfect project owner? Right? If you are I don't know, specialized in last mile deliveries, and you're gonna make a fucking, I don't know, Monchichi pet app. You don't know anything about Monchichis, but you're gonna do it because there is a problem with Monchichis. I don't know. Is that a product founder fit? I don't think so. Right? The same thing. This is actually something that I built on stream already. Something similar that was playing in my idea a long time ago. I also made some videos on that on YouTube. And I was thinking crypto. It's something that I'm very proficient in, right? Especially trading and all that stuff, because I worked a long time in that scene. So I think maybe something like that is more suitable for me. Because I know how these people work. I know what the pain points are. I know how to do that stuff. And we're gonna see, right? It doesn't matter. So we're gonna try to make as much projects as possible. Have content on YouTube, have content on Patreon. Have something to talk about on the Discord, on Twitter, and see what takes traction and what's not. And what does not take traction, we're gonna leave behind, and we're gonna learn from that. And what takes traction, we're gonna keep focus. We're gonna focus on the winners and get rid of the losers. You know what I mean? That's what we're gonna do. I think, does that sound as a plan? Is that something for you? Well, then you're at the right channel. Fail fast. It's like I said, this SSL thing, I don't think it's failed yet, but I don't feel, for me, selling that thing is hard for me, right? Because I need to go very corporate. I need to go very corporate for that, right? SSL, my viewers, like Send It, for example. Send It was such a great success because I made Send It, made some videos, and everybody was, wow, Send It is amazing. And everybody was using it and all that stuff. It was cool. Problem with Send It is that I cannot monetize that, right? Because there are a couple things. It does not mean that people are using your product that they want to pay for it. That's also very important. That's also very important. And Send It was not the way to go, right? Because you could easily, companies and all that stuff, they're gonna use. It's fine for us, for developers, to do something with SSH, but companies are gonna use Dropbox, and it's not gonna happen, right? Nobody's gonna pay for that. But this SSL thing is like very corporate, right? My user's not gonna use it. You're not gonna track one SSL certificate. Who the fuck cares, right? And you have 2 for free. So who has 3 websites that is willing to track for 20 euros a month? Nobody, right? You cannot even pay your Netflix subscription. So I need to go corporate. And able to go corporate, you cannot build lean anymore, or you can build lean, but you cannot make mistakes that much, because a corporate, they are used to have corporate tools, and corporate tools most of the time are are not the best, but they work, right? Yeah, so it's a completely different thing. So they're either gonna come, like I said, they're either gonna come with 20, 30, 40 certificates or more, or they're gonna come with nothing, right? And if they come with so many certificates, you better be fucking ready. And it's better be okay. And you're never gonna make a mistake. And everything is gonna be fine. That's the thing that I thought about. This thing is completely different. Basically, a lot of my YouTube viewers in my community, they know me from crypto. They're coming from crypto videos to me, right? From building these infrastructures, right? I know a shit ton of people in crypto. So it's different. It's easier for me to sell. It sells itself, right? Let's be honest. I mean, if I want to eventually turn this maybe into something, right? I don't know. I'm just playing around. Maybe. Then it's going to be very easy, right? Because or you're going to trade like a hedge fund and going to have an edge over the rest, or you're not going to do it and you're going to keep sitting watching at the charts and have some trading view alerts, which basically you need to learn how to code. And a simple alert from an EMA is not going to help you because it's all delayed information. So, yeah, it's either you're going to be professional or you're gonna be a loser with the rest. I think this sells itself, right? Hey, god damn, it's so warm here. Mehmet Usal, I love you, man. You helped me on getting a job, by the way. Hey. That's why I'm doing it for, man. That's why I'm doing it for. I can help people. So. Some small business talk here, right? Very important. If you ever want to take a shot of trying some side hustles, do it. And see what works and see what doesn't work, right? And don't be afraid to lose your name, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna make this, it's gonna be great, and then eventually you drop it. It's fine, doesn't matter. Because by the end of the time, by the end of the month, by the end of the year, you're gonna build 15 projects, and another one is just playing League of Legends, right? And they have no experience at all, and you have some good experience in the whole package, in coding. And in failing and in learning how the world works, right? So I'm thinking, how is this gonna work? Because this is very difficult shit. Right, not difficult, it's... So, yeah, so we're gonna have these things. First of all, when are we going to trigger that? That's a good question. So we need to have some kind of a loop. Will learning Go make you stand off in this layoff environment? I don't know, man. That's something I cannot answer directly. Listen, so first of all, people are getting laid off. That's fine, right? That's true. But you need to think about why. Right? If a company has 100, it's actually, they have more. Right? If a company has thousands of employees, engineers, and they're going to lay off 30%, 40%, which is hard. Twitter, 80% of their staff, of their engineers. Then you need to think about. Then they're crying like, "Oh, I lost my job, boo-hoo, boo-hoo." But first of all, why? Why you? It has nothing to do with a programming language, right? You could be a copywriter. You could be a Go engineer, JavaScript engineer, whatever. Next, you could use the fucking use hook. You could be the use X specialist, right? The hook specialist, the hooker of the team. Why are you fired? If I am a company, if I'm a CTO, or if I'm a CEO even, and I have 1,000 engineers and I need to let go with pain in my heart, but that's how companies work, right? You get over investments from VC. Economy is dropping, no money coming in. There is no profit. VCs are basically choking you with the. So you need to cut down in costs. What's the most effective way to cut down in costs is to basically check how many engineers you actually need, because most of the time you own Teams of 4 can easily be done by 2. Teams of 6 can easily be done by 2. Teams of 8 can easily be done by 2. Teams of 10 can easily be done by 3. More people does not mean faster release cycles. That's that's actually the other way around. So why are they fired? Basically, I'm gonna get rid of the worst people. I'm so sorry, but if you got fired, it means that you're basically not as good as the rest. I mean, do we even need to discuss this, right? Why would you keep people that actually perform less than other people? No, you're gonna be as efficient as possible, and you're gonna just delete them, right? Of course, they can say, yeah, but what if they are equally? What if they are 10 equal skillful people? I don't think that exists. Maybe in skill it is, right? Maybe in skill we can be equal, right? Maybe you can have 10 skilled people, and like I said, there are most of the time a lot of people in my Discord community are more skillful in programming than I am, but they lack a lot of other skills that are very important. So if you have 10 equally good Go developers, of 10 equally good JavaScript developers, but there are a couple of GGs in there that basically are very good in communicating. They are very good at motivating other people. They are very good at motivating themselves. They are very good at working alone, like finding stuff out on their own. Very important. It does not mean that I have a lower skill level than you, but I can figure out things faster, but you're smarter. That's a completely different thing. So you need to see the person as a whole and not the engineer. So who you're gonna fire? You're gonna fire the worst people. The total package. That's what it is. So now to answer your question with this long talk, predict, how we say that, evangelist, gospel, you need to make sure you're better than another. It is what it is. And it has nothing to do with Go. You can write this in JavaScript also, which makes no sense. You could also write it in Rust, which makes no sense at all because it's async, and everything async in Rust makes no sense. You can write it in Python, which maybe makes sense. It doesn't matter, right? You just need to be sure that if the Grim Reaper comes in your street at night and everybody's sleeping, he's not gonna knock on your door. He's gonna knock on your neighbor's door and cut his throat, and not yours. That's what you need to do. Because the Grim Reaper knows if he knocks on your door, you're gonna clap his fucking cheeks. That's what he's gonna do. I'm not gonna knock on this guy's door because he wakes up, he's gonna fucking out. It's gonna be a bad day for me as a Grim Reaper. And I have the Grim Reaper here. The Grim Reaper is on my fucking tattoo, on my arm. So I know that story. Anyway, so just be better, right? Be better in communicating, be better in solving problems, be better in, be just better. Be more confident, right? Don't be the guy that comes at 8 and leaves at 5. Don't do that because people know, right? Don't drink soy milk, please. Very important. Because if I need to fire people, I'm gonna fire the soy milk drinkers first. I'm sorry. And then we're gonna check the squat PRs, right? Then everybody needs to squat, and people that cannot squat that double their body weight out. It's gonna be different at the GGN Corporation. What up, Julio Saraiva? Man, it's so hard. I'm fried. So I'm gonna keep this a very short stream. I'm gonna answer some questions. I'm gonna wrap it up, right? For the people that are interested in seeing how we built this, is low-level Go very important. We're also gonna do some more board stack thingy. Of course, front end also needs to be made and all that stuff. But we first need this, right? go to my Patreon, right? Super cool. Join my Discord community, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to answer some questions. We're going to talk a little bit, and then I'm going to peace out. What do you think about that, guys? Right? A short stream. I also do mentorships. Well, mentorship. I do some coaching, which is very important. People think it's BS, but it's not. I also do some coaching on my Patreon. Maybe you're a company or something, and you wanna lit up your engineers. Hey, hire me. I come to your company, and I will put some fire in their asses, shake some glasses, you know. Also important is to never await orders, right? If you work for a company, it doesn't matter what it is, never await orders. So people are basically getting a bunch of tasks, and then they're gonna perform these tasks, and then, or they're gonna basically, we all been there, right? I know, I was a CTO myself, guys. I know how people operate. They come to work and they have a certain scope of sprint, which X amount of things needs to be done, and some people are good and some people are less good, but it doesn't matter. But people will perform the work based on what they know they can do for that certain amount. So that basically means that if there are 3 issues need to be solved in 3 weeks, they're gonna solve these 3 issues in these 3 weeks, and nothing more and nothing less, right? Because you have some more time, it's already fixed, you're gonna do some chilling, maybe you're gonna watch some YouTube or something, you know what I mean? Especially if you're remote, it doesn't matter, you have 3 weeks, it's already been done. So you can play League of Legends for the rest of the day. That's a problem. Don't do that. You need to be proactive, right? If you can fix these 3 issues in 1 week, you're gonna fix them, and then you're gonna do some proactive work, right? You're gonna try to spot some problems at your company. You're gonna try to fix some problem at your company. You maybe gonna do some stuff, and you're gonna show it, and you're gonna sell your stuff to your company. It's very important, right? You're gonna make something. You're gonna say, hey, listen, I know I'm not a manager here. I'm not a senior developer here. That's what I did my whole life, right? That's how I basically skyrocketed my career, like a complete noob, right? So you're gonna try to fix some problems. You're gonna make some proof of concepts, couple, and you're gonna say, hey, listen, I know I'm not the lead developer here, and I have nothing to say, right? But hey, I made this. Listen, give me 2 minutes of your time, right? And you're gonna explain exactly, you're gonna sell exactly what you made and why you made it. And you're gonna basically bombard them. You're gonna amaze them, right? That's important, because 9 out of 10, your senior engineer is not doing that, right? It's just a senior engineer, which is basically, they're useless most of the time, because they manage and they drag and drop in Jira and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what you need to do, because people are going to notice that, right? They are going to notice that, and that's what's going to give your career a quick boost. You know what I mean? Try to solve complex problems that are basically not your responsibility, but nobody else can solve. So you're going to do it anyway. And then you're going to sell it. That's what you're going to do. And if you do that, I swear to God, your life's going to be completely different. Hey, Anthony, I started a new job 2 weeks ago after spending the last 12 years at my previous job. I'm struggling tremendously with the imposter syndrome. What's your advice for me to conquer it? That's a very good question, and I think something everybody struggles with. The imposter syndrome. Well, believe it or not, but I also, and I think I also suffered from the imposter syndrome from time to time. But I mentioned this before in a stream, like, you need to always visualize yourself as somebody that's very, very good and is the best. And you really need to believe it so hard that it's actually going to be true. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain this, but the imposter syndrome comes from a lack of self-confidence, and it also comes from placing your brain inside of somebody else's head. in somebody else's mind. So you're basically thinking for somebody else. That's basically what's happening, right? So you're thinking that somebody else thinks that you are not good enough to do what you're doing, that you're underclassified, and they know it. They're not gonna tell you that, but they know it. The way they look at you, the way they act, that's what you think, but that's not true, right? Because let us be honest, I swear to God, man, so I learned a lot the past few years. The majority of the people are so insecure, you have no clue. You have no clue. CEOs, CTOs, celebrities, beautiful girls. You have no clue how insecure people are. No clue at all. It's crazy. It's something I did not realize, and people are fucked up. I swear to God. And that's what you need to basically imprint in your mind. If you're gonna do a job interview with 3 people, these 3 motherfuckers there, I swear to God, they are insecure. They are the engineers. No, they're not. They basically work for 4 hours and they sit on League of Legends. That's what they fucking do. They're no specialists, right? That's what you need to think. You're much better. You're much better. You need to imprint that in your brain. So fucking important. And you need to do it until you're actually going to believe it. And if you believe in it, I swear people are going to laugh at this clip. But I don't give a shit. But if you believe in it, it's going to eventually happen. I swear to God. It's going to eventually happen. Of course it happens to everyone, right? I mean, if I started streaming 1 year ago, how the fuck am I going to be secure? Like, I'm gonna write some code and the world is gonna watch me. Well, that's what I was thinking, right? The world is gonna watch me. Good people are gonna watch me and they're gonna criticize me and they're gonna think I know nothing. But that's not true. That's not true, man. Don't believe it. Fake it till you make it. Well, yeah. Well, fake it till you make it. You cannot fake knowledge, right? When I mean, I cannot fake I'm making such a thing, or I'm making a blockchain, or I'm making this if I don't know it, because then, I mean, yeah. But sometimes I write code and I think, man, this is, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, it's like, is this the best thing? I don't know. And maybe I think about it after off stream or something, and I see, oh man, this was actually not good, but I don't have time enough to think about that because it needs to be fast paced, right? Sometimes I'm also insecure in the things I do, of course, right? But hey, who cares, right? Nobody sees that. Fake it till you make it. Fake it, of course, you need to fake the confidence. Of course, you need. Of course. Because what's gonna happen? Think about this. What's gonna happen? I'm sitting here at my home in front of a camera. No, it's 28 views. It's not a big deal. But I was here the last streams were insane. Like 100 views. What can happen here? Why should I be insecure here? I make typos every minute. Well, every 3 seconds I make a typo. Who cares? Maybe I make a funny face. Who cares? What's gonna happen? Am I gonna die? I'm gonna lose something? Nothing can happen. So if you go to your job with new people and new stuff to do, what they gonna do? What's the worst case that can happen? If you're really, really bad, if you are really, really trash, then they never hired you, right? So what the hell's what has happened? If you lack the confidence in a certain area because you don't know much of a specific topic, well, when you go home, just 1 week or a couple of days, just focus a little bit more on reading that stuff up, right? Play around at home, make your weak points a little bit stronger. right? How long gonna take if you need more experience in, I don't know, in crypto or in blockchain or in whatever, GraphQL? Well, sit behind your computer, watch a YouTube video, do some exercise, make some applications, try it out yourself. Couple hours a week, in 1 week or in a weekend, and you come back Monday and you know everything. So what's gonna happen? Nothing, right? It doesn't matter. Fuck them. Fuck everyone. Even the most successful tell your brain to shut up and focus on great. Yeah, the brain is fucked up. My brain, I swear to God. My brain is the reason why I'm still fucking not. I could be so much better. I could be so much bigger. I could be not here already. But my brain is so weird and it controls me and it makes me do decisions that I knew up front I'm gonna make them. And I cannot prevent it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. It's like, it's the same thing like you play a game, right? It's maybe a weird analogy, but maybe you can relate. So you're gonna pick up a game. For example, let's say League of Legends again, because everybody knows that. And you're gonna have that day and you're gonna say, man, this is actually a cool game and I'm good at it right now. And I wish I would never quit this game. I wish I would play this champion. I wish I would just play this game and get good at it. But you know already that there is gonna be a point in time your brain is gonna be saying, no, it's done. It's done with League. It's completely done. We're gonna do something else, right? Another phase in our life. It's time for another game. Or it's time for something else. We're gonna be, I don't know, we're gonna just focus on programming again. And then it's the same thing. You know that you're focused at programming, right? Instead of playing games, you're making a game, maybe, or you're programming your own side project, and you're so hyped and you're so motivated, and you hope it's gonna stick the same like that. But you already know there's gonna be a time you're gonna quit your project because your brain is going to tell you like that. And if you can, I cannot do it. I don't know how. I can't. I'm trying to find ways, and I'm learning stuff about it, but I can't. If you can keep your brain from into the same mindset, you're gonna be a billionaire or a millionaire, because that's what preventing us from being rich, right? That's what preventing us from making things that actually have a meaning. Is because we don't. The only reason, and I know this, and that's the weird part. The only reason why we don't succeed with our startups, with our projects, the only reason why we are not have a company, the only reason why we are not the best football player, the only reason why we are not whatever, is because we quit before we reach it. Because we quit because I'm not smarter than you. And some other fucking millionaire is not smarter than us. We are just fucking people. We shit the same thing. You know what I mean? We eat, we shit, we vomit, we cry, we fart. It's the same thing. But it's controlling our brain that's different. Some people just keep going. No matter what. They just keep going. And they have a way to control that. And that's crazy. And I don't have it. That's weird. I have this disease. I'm gonna be honest with you, and then I'm gonna quit the stream. What I suffer a lot from, you guys can know that, is when does it start? When I was a little bit older, not when I was young. When I was young, I was reckless and I couldn't give a shit. I did everything and I did my thing and I was happy. But the law, and now it's getting very severe. And it's, sometimes I feel that I'm getting sick when I'm not to. It's my brain telling me that I'm sick. This is a very important story I'm going to tell you. It's a very important story, and it's a true story. So first of all, I'm going to start with the boring stuff. So for example, when I need to go into a bus, like a big bus with people, and they put me in a place, and the bus is so full that people are standing right in the bus, right? The big bus, with passengers and all that stuff. And I know that I cannot go to the exit room when I need to. I'm getting panic attacks like fucking crazy. When I know that I cannot get out, or can go to the bathroom, or just escape the bus because people are everywhere, I'm freaking out. I'm getting dizziness. I'm just getting a panic fucking attack. And I never had that, because why should I getting sick in the bus? Like I could just chill and wait till it's time to get out. But no, I'm freaking out. The same thing in the movie theater when I'm sitting in the middle and it's full of people. I get these attacks. I'm getting sick. I'm feeling unwell or something. It's weird. But if put me next to next to an entrance or an exit, I'm fine, because I know if something happens, I'm just piecing out. You know what I mean? It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. And I'm gonna give you a story, and it's a real story. So not so long ago, I think 3 years ago, and it was when I stopped smoking weed. Right? I smoked weed for 2 years, maybe 1 year and a half, and I stopped smoking that. And I swear to God, this is a real story. So at night, at the evenings, I felt a little tinkling, like a little stabbing sharp pain in one of my balls. I swear to God, in one of my, you know, how do you say that? Your manly balls, these things, testicles, in one of my testicles, right? Okay, no big of a deal. The next day, the same thing, and it kept on going. It kept on fucking going. And the pain was so hard that I thought, man, fuck, I'm gonna get cancer or something. Like these testicle cancer. I really thought I had it. Fuck, man, this is so fucking bad. This is so bad. And it hurts. I went to the doctor and I needed to take antibiotics, and it didn't pass away. It hurt all the fucking time. And I was so scared. I thought, man, I was like 34 or something, or 33. So it could be something like, if you get older as a man, you could have maybe some cancer. That's what I was thinking. And I was so afraid of going to the hospital to take an echo, because I thought, man, if you're going to take an echo, they're going to see everything and I'm going to die. They're going to say, man, you have 2 years to live. It's GG, well played. I was so fucking scared. And but I convinced myself to take an echo and listen very carefully. If you have the same, it doesn't need your balls. It can be something else. I remember the day I was so fucking nervous. I needed to take an echo, right? And there was a young doctor. He was fucking jacked. I swear to God, this is something I remember. He was fucking jacked. I remember that. Man, you're fucking jacked. So he said, lay down, and I need to take off my pants. And he was scanning it, and he saw it in my face. He saw in my face how nervous I was. And the first thing he said was, he was checking, and he said, Mister, hey, I need to do some further investigation, but I can see it's all fine, right? You don't have anything special, so relax, all right? But maybe there's something else. We need to check that, but it's fine. You're not gonna die. It's cool. It's fine. And what he said I had was a vein, a small vein in your balls, some small vein, and the vein was popped, right? Like I don't know, how do you say that? Like a popped vein, right? A small pop, and that could cause some pain there. And now the most interesting part of this whole fucking story, guys. The moment I knew, listen very carefully, it hurts for months. The moment this guy told me that, hey man, you're fine, it's just a popped vein, it's fine, we cannot do anything about it. I never felt that pain again in my whole life. Never again. I never have that. The moment I left that hospital, I never felt that pain in my whole life again. It's almost 3 or 4 years since then. Never. This is crazy. It's my brain. I don't know why, but the brain is fucking you up. That's actually the story. Man, clip this thing, and if you feel depressed or anxious, Listen to this story. It's crazy. Necrodogs. Home office saved me. No more morning or afternoon commute in the stuffed buses or trains. I always sit on the asshole seat in the movie theater. Yeah. Claustrophobia. Yeah, man. I swear to God. Listen, that's the problem with me. Like, it's whenever I have the feeling that I don't trust people. Right? So I can't. It's fine. It's fine for me to go in a small area. It's fine for me to go in an elevator and to be in a very small thing. I don't fucking care. But if somebody is blocking my way, this motherfucker needs to go. Because I don't trust you. And the moment the shit's gonna hit the fan, you piece of shit are not going to kill me. So that's the problem. So if we need to go to a small entrance, and there's one before me, and there's one behind me, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen because if I'm an agile. I'm a fucking snake. I'm a snake. I'm 36, but I'm a snake. I am fast. I am lean. I am mean. I am strong. I'm piecing out like a fucking frog inside of a small thing. I'm like a snake in the fucking grass. But the people before me and this fat motherfucker behind me, he not. So I'm gonna die because this guy. And that's what causing me to freak out. Same story, brother. I have seen little blood in my poop. The search on Google. Oh no, never search. If you see blood somewhere and you're gonna search Google, man, you're going to basically call the fucking undertaker and call him. Say, yeah, it's time. I'm gonna die. Never search Google ever. Right, so I'm gonna same story, brother. And I've seen blood in my poop. The search on Google and Google say I have colon cancer. Of course. I have a really bad health, anxiety, but I do colonoscopy. Everything was fine. Of course, it's fine. I mean, if you take a shit and his blood can be anything, right? It could be fucking everything. It could be no blood. It could be, I don't know, some spaghetti. You know what I mean? And yeah. That's the thing, right? And you're gonna make yourself so anxious, and your brain is going to cause pain, but there is no pain. It's so fucking crazy. It's the same thing when you're so fucking rush, when you have so a big adrenaline rush. You don't feel pain, right? You can have like a gunshot or somebody stabbed you in the stomach. It doesn't fucking matter. You're gonna be numb for 5 minutes or more, because adrenaline, your brain doesn't grasp it. Your brain is not. It has nothing to do with this pain. Your brain is focusing on something else. But then happens, right? Then your brain is, oh fuck, it's hurting, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Also, like sitting between somebody that's driving and I'm not the driver. It's not gonna happen anymore. It's not gonna. The older I get, I'm getting pussified. It's crazy. The older I get, the weaker I become. Well, the stronger I become physically, but the weaker I become in my brain. Actually, well, depends. It feels like the more I need to protect myself from surviving. Isn't that sick? Because I don't trust a lot of people. They drive like fucking maniacs, and I need to sit next to them, and I cannot do anything. They drive like a fucking moron, and I cannot interfere. The only thing I want to do is show off that they can drive fast. Cool, I know. My car has 310 HP. It's 5 times faster than your car. I know how it feels. But can we now please focus on the road and drive normally, right? So that's a little bit scuffed. Did you see that Bart came out, chat? What are your thoughts in it? Asking for some Haskell code and it was wrong. What the hell's going on here? Bart came out, chat. What the hell's that? What is Bart? Oh, Bart! Google Bart. Is it that? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, did you see that Bart came out, chat? What are your thoughts on Bart? I asked for some Haskell code and it was wrong. ChatGPT codes like a fucking college degree person, right? It's bad. I use ChatGPT all the time. I use it all the fucking time. And the only thing that it's telling me, which also the only thing I'm using for, is to give me the first thoughts. But I never ever trust its code, because it's gonna hallucinate. It's going to what does it do? It sometimes imports wrong libraries that does not have these functions. It's weird, but what it's trying to do is could make sense if you read that. Like get API key, for example, like I don't know, get user from DB, but there is no function like that. This package doesn't have that function. ChatGPT, you fucking idiot. But what it's kind of trying to do is fine, but you cannot trust him or her, whatever she is or it is. What I sometimes do, maybe for reg expressions, for example, I asked him, give me a function that validates an email, because I know it's going to give me a good reg expression. That was fine. But all these kind of stuff is small stuff, right? Because you don't need to look it up. It just gives you some information, and it opens up some roads for you without to go to Google and search and double click and go into the Google rabbit hole. I think we're far away from good code, but yeah. And about Haskell is not that popular, so you need to understand that if you ask something from Python, JavaScript, PHP, it's going to give you a very, very more better answer than if you ask something from Rust or Haskell or VLang or even these languages that just came out when it was last trained, right? So it has a not that good of a prediction based on it's not trained enough, right? It's not trained enough on that thing. All right, guys, short stream, no problem. Well, short stream is gonna be a different stream, low volume. We had some cool conversations though, right? Some cool conversations. That's nice. So I'm happy that I basically talked to my community once again. That's nice, right? All right, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Like I said, if you want to see me more doing focused live coding, go to Patreon or the full-time GoDev. But if you're already somewhat experienced in Golang, you can check the Patreon, because there is a very, very good stuff also for the more advanced Golang engineer. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a